Hey YouTube, welcome back to Love for Crypto. Today's episode is going to be fully focused around Ripple and all the great news that's been coming out from the past week. We're going to be speaking about Cobalt and what this actually means for Ripple, especially XRP moving forwards into the future. Got great talks about Ripple joins the Hyperledger blockchain consortium, which again is another fantastic piece of news if you are a Ripple holder. We're going to touch on the 29 million cryptocurrency donation which they have just funded towards Donors to charity, which again is great for Ripple. And then finally, we're going to be speaking about the beloved topic that everybody wants to know about, which is Coinbase. When are they adding XRP? Are they even going to add XRP? Stick around because we've got a lot of stuff to talk about in this week's episode. So we're going to dive straight into it then in respect to XRP and Cobalt. What I'll do is I'll leave this link. I'll drop it down into the description so you can read it. I really suggest that you do read it because there's some great information in there. Today I'm just simply going to cover, the grasp of what the actual article is trying to tell us. I'll jump straight into it now. So, as it states here, with Cobalt algorithm, XRP speed and dependability dramatically increases, reducing the speed for an XRP cross-border transaction to as little as 1 second. That's up to 75% faster than the existing 3 to 4 seconds it takes for an XRP cross-border transaction to close. Again, this is great news for Ripple. We're dropping that transaction time down from 3-4 seconds down to the 1 second. Again, it's 75% faster. It's making the XRP ecosystem even quicker in respect of closing transactions. Although the speed of cryptocurrency gets the headlines, probably the most exciting aspect of the Cobalt update is that it greatly improves the reliability of the decentralized nature of XRP, taking it far beyond the current decentralization protocol of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other blockchain currencies. With the update, XRP transactions will be highly stable even in the presence of malicious actors. According to the paper, Cobalt will provide XRP with atomic broadcast algorithm that works in networks with non-uniform trust and non-global agreement of participants, and is probabilistically guaranteed to make forward progress even in the presence of maximal, false, and arbitrary. I'm not even going to say that word. But basically, as a whole, what it's trying to state here, we've got the transaction speed that's dropped down from 3 to 4 seconds. We've got a new protocol that I just want to add this. There's a lot of people that do go around saying that Ripple's centralized. It's centralized. It's not even a cryptocurrency. It states here in black and white that it's going to take it far beyond the decentralization of Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's basically going to be the most decentralized platform in the entire digital asset market class, which again, for those haters out there, I'd love to see exactly what you've got to say on this topic now, because obviously it's in black and white. It's unbelievable. It's great news for Ripple. This is probably a lot bigger than what a lot of people are suspecting. Obviously, it's faster transaction times. It's even more decentralized. But more importantly, this improvement in forward progress is important because it will greatly increase the flow of XRP, reducing the potential for XRP transactions to get stuck. Getting stuck is a term that describes a stall in the XRP system, generally a very short stall that is not permanent, but that could last for 2 seconds or even more. However, with the goal of transforming the banking industry cross-border payments system, XRP must be in the best situation possible to ensure the smooth flow of cross-border payments. Thus, the transition to Cobalt algorithm is essential. When Cobalt goes live, you can bet that any announcements that bank and financial institutions are going to make about going live with XRP will finally happen. Now, this is great. Obviously, as a bank wants maximum security. It sounds like this new protocol is going to be able to achieve that with XRP. It's going to make it the most decentralized digital asset class out there. Again, if there is any malicious attacks, it can be prevented through this new algorithm. We've dropped the transaction speed down from 3 to 4 seconds, all the way down to 1 second. We're faster, we're more secure, we're even more decentralized, and that's exactly what the banks are going to want. They're not going to want Ripple that have got availability over the XRP, obviously over the blockchain itself. You know, that's a biased form of holding an exchange in that respect. If we want a truly decentralized platform, something that banks can go in with confidence, knowing that there's no biased form in respect of Ripple, obviously, then it's even great. There's nothing stopping the banks doing this now. As again, I've just stated, it's faster, it's quicker, it's more secure, it's even more decentralized. This is absolutely massive news, and I think it's overlooked quite a lot at the moment, so it's definitely worth a talk about. Again, just remember, all the partnerships that Ripple have obviously added to the roster. We're talking a lot of financial institutions that are probably just waiting for something like this to happen in respect to Ripple. Remember that X-Current, that everyone seems to saying, oh, it's only X-Current, it's not X-Rapid. Remember, without X-Current, XRP wouldn't even be functional. It wouldn't be able to perform its duties of what it is. They both work 2 and 2 together. Ripple have got so many financial institutions probably just itching away, waiting to get at this, just waiting for the right time. They're not going to rush into it. And again, it's just absolutely great news for Ripple. It could be the flicking switch this from the XCurrent to the XRapid. If it, like I say, it's literally just a flick of a switch, and XRapid's implemented into the XCurrent system. So the way that I've explained it before to other people and friends, if you imagine XCurrent as the freeway or the motorway, we call it the motorway there in England. Obviously in America it's called the freeway. If you imagine XCurrent as the freeway, it's the roads that are being built from each banking destination, and then you've got XRP, which is your Lambo, which is pretty much everybody's expecting to be getting from it. I'm not trying to say going over the top by saying that, but it's just a great way of using this as an example. So you've got XCurrent, which are your highways that have been built from banking institution. It's the routes of the transactions that will be carried out, and then XRP is your Lamborghini that simply drives along those freeways or along those motorways that have been built. Again, you can't drive a Lamborghini in the mud. You need the road work and the foundation to be built first, and that's exactly how XCurrent and XRapid will be implemented with each other into the future. Again, it was a massive talking point. I definitely wanted to get out to the community, especially the Ripple fans, because it's absolutely massive. This, you know, once this goes live, I think we're going to have a fantastic year. Although the price being absolutely dog shit at the minute, you know, like I've always said, price is temporarily, progress is permanent, and this is great progress, absolutely great progress. So we've got Ripple joins the Hyperledger blockchain consortium. People were thinking, what exactly is this? What I'll first do, I'm just going to show you current members of the consortium at the moment. So we've got Airbus, American Express. I'm just throwing out the ones that stand out to me for where I obviously live. Fujitsu, IBM, Hitachi. We've got Intel, JP Morgan. We've got absolutely all sorts. We've got BBVA. We've got Bosch down there. We've got Centra. We've got a lot of different you know, members that are part of this consortium. It's a growing consortium. It's probably the best way of putting it. As you can see, we've got Ripple here, but again, we've got the likes of Samsung. We've got all sorts of different companies in here that are blockchain, that are banking. You've got a right good variety. Going more over into the article, I'm only going to touch up briefly onto this. Again, what I'll do, I'll leave the link in the description. Again, it's definitely worth the read, but without trying to drag it out, I'm just going to obviously put out the key points again. It says here, the Hyperledger Quilt project connects Hyperledger blockchains with other ILP-capable payment systems such as XRP Ledger, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Magiloop, and the RippleNet, helping us to deliver our vision for an internet of value where money moves as information does today. 2018 is set to be a busy year for the Hyperledger Consortium. It plans to advance 3 open source blockchain platforms to version 1.0 or production status, and also intends to launch an enterprise blockchain tool aimed at speeding up the development of blockchain applications. Again, we've got a consortium of absolutely massive technology companies, banking companies, blockchain startup companies, all together working in correspondence with each other for the key thing, which I'm going to point out here, helping us to deliver our vision for an internet of value where money moves as information does today. If you remember, before the .com era, we was relying on mail services to deliver our post. There was no such thing as email. Now pretty much 95% of connections with people back and forth is probably email. Again, I think there's got to be an absolutely massive shake-up in respect to technology moving forwards now into the future. We have got this thing that's currently being branded everywhere across the internet. It's the internet of value. You know, exactly what is the internet of value? And it's just basically being able to move money the way that we can move information. We shouldn't have to be relying on systems now that are taking 3 days. It's absolutely crazy. You know, you can live stream images from the International Space Station, but we can't even still move money. So it's something that's being worked on. Like I say, even JP Morgan's in this consortium. We've got great cryptocurrency startups. They're all working together in conjunction with each other, just basically trying to create the best way, best technology, the best way that we can move forward with that technology. And it's not going to be left behind blockchain. Again, we'll stimulate back to the price of Ripple, you know, probably around the 50 cents mark. Again, yeah, it's horrible to look at. It really is horrible to look at. But if you have got the belief, if you've got the vision of what's being trying to achieve, you know, you'll hold on to that, to your holdings in respect to Ripple. I'm not just trying to say hold on to him, just hold. If you can trade it, if you know how to play the swings, by all means go and do that, because then you can increase your actual holding of your XRP. But for the everyday investor that doesn't really understand how the stock markets work, how trading works, just keep hold of it, keep it locked up, throw it away into a cupboard, forget about it for the next 3 to 5, 6, 7 years, and I can assure you by the end of that time, you will be very happy in what you have done in that respect. It's great news. It's a great technology. I'm keenly interested in blockchain as a whole. I think it's absolutely game changing in a global aspect in many different sectors, not just in payments, you know, in smart contracts, in data. You know, it's fantastic. Yeah, so yeah, a nice little touch up there on the Hyperledger. What it is, it just means that Ripple have got more connections with these bigger companies now in respect of, you know, like for example JP Morgan. We've got a couple of big banking groups here. You know, there's a hell of a lot of partnerships that are in this. It's absolutely massive, and for Ripple to be able to have that connection with all these different types of companies and business models, it's great for Ripple moving forward into the future. Even though we're trying to attack the cross-border payment sector, this opens up a lot more different areas in respect of use case for Ripple that probably have not even been thought up of yet. So yeah, again, great little topic to talk about. Moving over to the article where 29 million cryptocurrency donation just funded every single project on DonorsChoose.org, which is a charitable organisation. It's only going to be very brief. This earlier this week, public school crowdfunding platform DonorsChoose.org, which lets teachers ask for contributions to fund important classroom needs or projects, had 35,647 open campaigns. Now, all of them were fulfilled by a 29 million donation from Ripple, a cryptocurrency startup which contributed that equivalent value in XRP, the digital coin that it uses in transactions. This is great. This is great. It's not exactly a great thing for Ripple, but it just goes to show of the movement of the business, the values of Ripple themselves. A lot of people call it a pump and dump. A lot of people say they're out for investors' money to fund their own projects internally. But again, you know, a 29 million donation from Ripple to close every single fund that was open on this page. It's great news, and it's great for the charity. You know, there's needs for people around the world. People do struggle. People are less fortunate than other people. And what Ripple have done here is it's heart-touching in that respect. It really is. And it shows exactly who Ripple are as a company as well moving forward. And, you know, if there is any doubt, if you do think they're a scam or anything, I'd like to turn this to your attention just to show exactly the values that Ripple hold themselves as a business. Again, it was only a little touch up onto this. I'm sure we've seen it all into the news anyway. But I just wanted to put that touch up in there, and I just want to congratulate Ripple themselves, because that is absolutely excellent what they've done there. They've donated a great amount of money in need for children and schools around, you know, worldwide for the projects that was needed, and they've closed every single position. So yeah, well done on that respect. So finally, we're going to be talking about everybody's favourite subject in respect to XRP, Ripple, Coinbase. Is Ripple being listed on Coinbase? Is it not being listed on Coinbase? When is it being listed on Coinbase? There's so many questions throughout the community. And just before I do go on to what I say about Coinbase, make sure that you check out our video that we posted yesterday. In respect, it's obviously a parody. It's Ripple XRP hodlers react to news of Coinbase listing. XRP added to Coinbase comedy skit. It's something that me and Scott basically thought up, and we put it into production. We made it. It's a great little comical thing, especially especially the way the markets are at the moment. Anyway, it would more than definitely put a smile on your face. But back to the main subject, Coinbase. We're doing a lot of research into this, looking into it, looking at possibilities. Again, everything that I do say is going to be pure speculation here, but I'll just read this very small part of this article. The cryptocurrency headlines are still being dominated by recent news surrounding Coinbase's potential implementation of Ripple XRP. Are the signs looking increasingly promising, with the exchange announcing the employment of 500 additional team members? Now, first of all, let's look at Coinbase. You've got a working platform, they've got the GDAX, they've got the currencies that they already have on there, and they've got the staff. And as far as I'm aware, they're functioning quite well with what they have in respect to that. So for Coinbase to be announcing an additional 500 team members is massive. You know, it's 500 new employees with wages, with health bills going alongside that. It is an extremely expensive outgoing that Coinbase have just added to the roster when they didn't actually need it in that respect. So my take on this is, you've obviously added the 500 additional team members. They're bringing them in. They're going to train them. Obviously, get them used to exactly how they operate in respect to that. Because if you remember, towards November, December, around that time when we had a lot of the mania in respect of investments coming in, they ran out of Bitcoin. The system slowed down. I think Coinbase have realised the true potential of its business model, and I think they'll be investing quite a lot of money into that, whether that be in technical updates in respect of adding new digital assets, adding team members to be able to keep up with the volume and the influx of all the new investors. There's going to be a lot of KYC checks that are needed if there is a big influx of new investors jumping onto the Coinbase platform, which again, it's looking very promising. For me personally, I believe that XRP will be added on Coinbase within the next 4 months due to certain different reasons in that respect. It's basically because Ripple are probably one of the top 3 consistently top traded cryptocurrencies. There's a lot of liquidity around it. There's a lot of people moving it around. Every time that somebody wants to buy XRP from Coinbase, they'll be adding a transaction fee. And we've seen what happens when we have speculation of Ripple going on Coinbase. The price already starts shooting up then. So when it actually does get listed on there, it's going to blow out the fucking roof. It really is. Because it's just basically making it easy of use. There's not many people out there confident at the moment of going on Coinbase, buying Bitcoin, sending it over to Binance, changing it from Bitcoin, changing it into XRP, and then sending it to an external wallet. That entire process for some people is a little bit too much, especially for people who don't actually know anything about cryptocurrencies. They might have heard about Ripple, they're wondering how to invest, but like I say, that process again can be a little bit drooling for first timers. Coinbase can make that, as simple as just basically, there's your credit card details, there's your XRP, it's as simple as that. That's another key point. Another thing as well within the time frame that I put, obviously, we've got the training of the staff. That's just not going to happen overnight, so that needs to be done. Also, in respect to that, we've actually had a tweet from Coinbase. We're excited to announce our intention to support the Ethereum ERC20 technical standard for Coinbase in the coming months. That's basically saying that Coinbase have got every incentive to be adding ERC20 tokens, whether that be in TRX, which I believe will definitely be one which will be probably added to the system. But as well, another little bit of an enticing, outlook to this tweet itself. This is completely steering any speculation away from XRP being added to the system. We obviously had the Bitcoin Cash scandal, which is probably still under investigation, still with respect to insider trading. But again, this is steering away from XRP, probably trying to avoid any association with XRP in a moment, try to cover themselves in that respect. So Coinbase have got stuff in the pipeline, some big plans clearly for their business. And I think adding XRP will be a priority, as I said, in respect to every exchange fee. If you think about millions of people Coinbase has currently got around a million followers on Twitter. I'm not too sure exactly how many people or users they've got on the platform as such. But adding XRP Ripple, making it available to X amount of millions, let's just say, people, every single time that somebody buys XRP, Coinbase are charging a transaction fee on top of that, and it's a massive revenue for Coinbase in that respect. But another thing as well about the entire Coinbase, saga in respect to adding that, Coinbase really do need to be adding Ripple very soon, because we see more and more exchanges taking on the XRP trading pair against the US dollar. Ripple themselves have just announced on their insights, Uphold Exchange to be announced. I'll just read a little segment from this. Uphold, a digital wallet with debit, credit and automated clearinghouse capability, now allows users to exchange XRP with 34 different currencies, commodities and digital assets. This listing highlights the expanding XRP ecosystem and deepening pool of liquidity available worldwide. The Uphold platform's US users can now access XRP directly, no steps in between. They can also exchange 7 digital assets, including XRP, with 23 fiat currencies and 4 precious metals, and send money instantly to other members anywhere in the world. They say that Uphold have done, it's got the exact same business model as Coinbase in respect as a direct competitor. We've obviously got CoinSquare, which is Canada's version, if you want to call it that, of Coinbase. There's new news that have just come out recently, the LBX, which is it's basically a London crypto exchange. They're going to be adding the XRP, as you can see. It's not added to the system yet. Don't think this exchange is up and running, but it's definitely in the pipeline for being released in April 2018. So basically next month it will be up and running. Again, they're going to be adding XRP trading pairs against the Great British Pound. We've seen a lot of business models, seen what Coinbase have done and try to implement their own versions of it, and they're going to have a lot of competition. If Coinbase don't add XRP, believe me, there will be a lot of revenue that will be taken from these other crypto exchanges. In respect of, you know, Coinbase is the most well-known exchange, as we all know today, but as time progresses, these other exchanges will build their own reputation up, they'll build their own business models moving forward, and they'll expand and they'll grow. And I think towards the back end of 2018, the year that we're in now, I really do think we're going to see a substantial amount of XRP trading pairs come on board, and again can further ourselves away from Bitcoin. There's a lot going on in this space, and everything is rapidly increasing at such a fast rate. I mean, when I first started going into it, I didn't even know where to go, I didn't know what to do. But now for people in this year, moving forward towards the back end of this year, you know, they're going to have such an ease of use. It's just a case of basically sign up to an exchange, put your credit card details in, debit card details in, there's your XRP, and it's just as simple as that. And we all understand you know, how daunting it can be the first time round that you actually try to get an asset that you can't have a US dollar trading pair against. It's mind-drooling. So overall outlook on the Coinbase situation, they've added 500 staff. They've clearly got big plans in the pipework. They've already listed on Twitter that they're going to be adding the RC20 tokens. Coinbase are going to be doing massive updates to their platform, and XRP is undoubtedly going to be a part of that. Again, obviously, like I say, in respect of just sheer revenue that can be made from an XRP trading pair against a dollar in that respect. But yeah, that's pretty much it in that respect. Like I say, my time frame, I'm saying is 4 months. You know, so we're going to say April, May, June. So I think back end of July, I think we'll definitely have that listing, because, like I say, there's competitors that are moving into the market very quickly, offering services that Coinbase currently are not offering at the moment. So, you know, just to round it off, again, if you've enjoyed the content, give us a thumbs up on the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the post notifications. Again, you'll be the first to hear this type of content. Me and Scott, the co-founder of Love for Crypto, have been thinking of ways how we can further educate the community. Again, this is what it's all about. You know, we was new to all this at one point, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of new subscribers that are also new to it. It's just all about helping each other out, giving each other information, educating each other further along as we do move into the future. So what me and Scott have decided to do, I've got myself a background in trading in respect to actually going out into the markets trading. I do a lot of forex trading myself personally. Again, with Bitcoin, it's very volatile. There's a lot of money to be made, but you can also lose a lot of money very, very quickly if you do not trade the correct way. There's people out there who do not even know how to trade to begin with. So what we're going to do, we're going to add a playlist, and it's going to be called Trading for Dummies. And then Scott's going to move more over to the blockchain side of things. And what he's going to do, he's going to make a playlist called Blockchain for Dummies. Basically, it's just going to further educate people who don't know what blockchain is, so they can get all the information there. It'll be broke down very easy. It'll be very easily be absorbed. Make sure you look out for these new playlists. It is going to be sort of our top priority at the moment, just to get them out, just the basics. Like I say, if you're invested in cryptocurrency, I believe personally you should have some sort of indication of knowing how to read a chart, what the chart's trying to tell you. A lot of people look at charts and just think it's just candles coming up and down, and it's not. It's basically a picture of emotion, and that's what I'm personally going to try and educate yourselves into, just looking at that, whether it be day trading or long-term holding. Again, thanks for listening, and again, massive shout out to all subscribers. We've just passed over the 1,000 subscribers. We're growing a lot faster than what we thought we would be doing, and we just like to say big thanks for that. So yeah, again, thanks a lot for tuning in.